Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have, as promised, another video for you on another ripe pepper that we have found out there. This one was sent to me once again by White Hot Peppers. I made my normal order and was sent, as I've said before, several different varieties. And this was sort of an afterthought. I originally wasn't going to grow them, but then decided, got the seeds, got the time, got the space, no reason not to. We're talking about the beautiful yellow devil's tongue, or devil's tongue yellow, however you want to say it. That's the name of this little fella. I've got a couple of them that have ripened, and they are all wonderful to look at. It's the hottest thing I've grown so far that's yellow this year, I think. Take that back. I have 7-pot Primo yellows on the plant, and I'm looking forward to those. For your sake more so than my own, because a lot of people say that the 7-pot Primo is where the Reaper came from. I think Ed Curry said that it was a cross between a Ghost and a Habanero. I don't think that's the case. The thing seems too much like a scorpion to me. So normal procedure for this one. We're going to head outside, take a ganders at said plant, and then we'll be back in to give it a try. I'm going to do a little bit of research because I haven't read up a lot about it. I just know that it's yellow and it's part of the Habanero family, and it's a Chinense for sure. So we're going to take a look at the plant. We're going to go back in time, not earlier today, but actually yesterday, because I took the video before coming in yesterday and then didn't have a chance to shoot it last night. So let's go do that. We'll be right back. We have stepped outside to take a look at the plant, but instead of turning toward the jungle, we are going to be turning toward one of the smaller pots. Decided to throw these, since these were a freebie, into the smaller pots. I did not order the Devil Tongue Yellow. They were handed to me, or they were given to me by White Hot Peppers. The very generous site. Definitely worth ordering from if you're thinking about it. It seems like most of what they have given me has grown true, and this one is no exception. As we see, we have a Capsicum Chinense here, and ooh, scary guy. Capsicum Chinense, pretty bright yellow pods, couple of inches in length, about half of the length, a little over half of the length of my index finger, which is probably 3 inches, so we'll say 2 inches, give or take. This one's a little bit bigger than that one. It's a healthy plant. If this were in a larger container, it would be much more prolific, I'm sure. There's another one over here we can just take a quick glance at since we're here. Yeah, so small pot yields small plant, and I believe, yeah, this one has produced 1 so far. For comparison's sake, small pot, bucket, pot, bucket. I think the outcome speaks for itself there. So we're going to go back inside and give this thing the old taste-a-rooney. Be right back. As interesting as these look and as pretty as these pods are, I actually might save some seeds from these just to try and grow them next year. Even if they cross with something, who knows what might develop. It's I kind of want to do a yellow powder. I've got some ahi pineapple powder, but that's not really hot. That's more of a flavor powder than anything. So as good as that is, it doesn't pack the punch I would want to if I were trying to do a rub or something to cover like a chicken breast or something before baking it, that sort of thing. This might be something worth doing. From what I have read, it's somewhere around the floor of a habanero's heat. So roughly 150,000 on the Scoville. It's a lot higher than most of the annuums that I have. Higher than probably any of the annuums that I have out there. So this will pack quite a punch, I'm sure. It's not anything up there like a superhot normally is, I don't think, but that's just what I'm reading. And as we have proven a couple of times over, what you read isn't always correct with these things. Before we get into the fun stuff, two things. One, this house smells fantastic because I have been dehydrating. This is all ghosts and a couple of reapers in there. No, they're on the next one down. This is all of the red stuff that I've picked over the last few days and a couple little orange ones here and there. But for the most part, I've just I mean, these were like touching when I had this thing laid out before they got dehydrated. And I have 3 full things of them to grind down into flakes or powder. I've got a lot of flakes. I might just do these down into a real dense powder because I definitely like using that because all you need is like a teaspoon of it in a dish and fire. That was number 1. Number 2, for you growers out there, I've actually had a few of you commenting about things that you're growing, and I always like to leave tips where possible. My tip this week: if you break something off of your plant and you simply cannot reattach it, or it's broken off to the point where you can't stick it and tie it up to where it'll stay attached and heal itself, stick it in water. Here's what I'm talking about. This is probably never going to root. That part that's hanging down right there, this is not root. This is just part of the green that was there. Actually, it looks like some root is trying to form. Very, very small, so you probably wouldn't be able to see it on camera. But when I ripped it off, this had a green pepper on it. As of today, half of that green pepper is turning into a peach ghost scorpion. If you rip it off and it's got green on it, go ahead and stick it in water, put it in a sunny window. It's probably not going to survive, but you will more than likely be able to ripen your pod. Same goes for this. Oh my gosh, they're all coming together here. Did this thing... Oh no, never mind. That's 2 different things. I'm doing a couple of experiments. One of them being basil is super easy to root. If you're growing basil, snip off, dunk in water, root. Brand new basil plant. I'm going to change the water in this because it is gross. But that's one. That's another basil. As you see, tons of root there. I should probably have transplanted this over at some point, but I haven't yet, so I may or may not, because that one's kind of not looking great. And I'll just drip that in my drink. That sucks. Yep, I'm going to have to replace that because I'm definitely not drinking that. It's really bad. The other one that I put in there was the ahi pineapple. As we see, one has turned full yellow. I can pull that one off because there's no reason to keep it wasting energy on it. Still going to wait for this one to turn yellow, and then I'll probably just discard. I don't see... This is way too small to try and root and make a full plant out of it. I mean, you could, but it's going to be super slow. So... Oh, and the other one, I broke this bad boy off weeks ago. And as you see, that's a root coming out there. And they were all green, all of them. I just left it to see if they would all turn red. And they're all in pretty good shape so far. So, water. That's all it took. Water and sunlight to make sure that your plants can photosynthesize and get back in that container. Okay, so I'm going to change the water out on this, put a quick pause on the recording, dump out the drink that I had because I just dripped gross water in it, and then I'll be right back. We're back. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's safety first, and I don't know what could be growing in that, but I seriously just took them straight off the plant, stuck them in water, and now the water is turning colors water isn't supposed to be. Enough yammering. Let us get to the good part. I don't know which one. Let's see, that one's real firm, that one's softer. This is the one that I picked today, so we'll go with this one. It's not just a plain old yellow color. Like, see, this is just solid yellow, a little bit close there. This one on the top has almost a goldenrod type of color. Maybe this one's a little easier to see. Yeah, see next to each other, there's definitely a clear difference in the yellows, and it's not just the shadows created by the ridges and bumps on this one. It's a little bit darker, but for the most part, it's yellow. When you dehydrate it down and make it into powder, it's going to be a nice light yellow color, and I if this is good, would like to maybe isolate a couple seeds from this, maybe overwinter the plant. As you saw, it's in the 1.5, something like that, gallon container, so the size is real small in comparison to what it could be. Maybe next year I'll transplant it to one of the bigger ones and let it explode out into something Mwah, very nice. But that is if it tastes good. I just realized I brushed my teeth about 2 minutes before starting this video. Maybe the menthol will help ease up the pain this causes. "100% part of the habanero family. It tastes just like a habanero, which makes me kind of fearful that the sting is going to be like a habanero's burn. Slow burn. It's a burn. Alright, I have swallowed it. And now we rise. So very dense seed pod in the back, very thin walls. Habanero flavor. It's got that fruity, citrusy type. Ooh. That's got the most burn I've had out of any of these videos in a few days. So far I'm at like a 7. Hard to know if it's peaked yet because I haven't given it a whole lot of... Ooh, well, Jesus. I'm just like slung oil on my screen here. I keep a tablet in front of me where I keep my information here. Speaking of, let's see what else we can find. It's listed by pepperseeds.eu as rare. I don't know how rare it could be again. Yellow devil's tongue pepper vomit alert. Maybe if you eat the whole thing and you're kind of less iron stomached. Well, this isn't as bad as a Reaper, and that didn't make me vomit, and I did eat the whole thing. It did give me cramps though. Member of the habanero family, looks similar to a Fatale. I think I can verify that kinda, although the Fatale I have out there are a little bit longer and a little bit smoother. Smoother skin, smaller in size. Well, it's definitely smaller in size, but I don't think it's smoother. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's warm. I'm not even gonna sit here and try and man that out. That's a hot one. Not terribly hot. And it's not the habanero stinging pain that I'm used to. It's also a pretty mellow burn, but it's fairly intense given its rating of 150,000. I figured it'd be higher than that. Yes, I have milk with ice in it because you're supposed to drink milk quicker than it can get warm, which means quicker than a lot of ice will melt into it. Found this out a few weeks ago. I never thought to even try it before, but it actually works out okay. That's intense. And it really doesn't take long. It lets you know immediately, by the way, you may have made a mistake biting into this. This is not for a low-end chili head to get started with. Maybe to cook with. This would be a great one to cook with because it does have a good flavor and a strong habanero-like aroma. Oh wow, hang time on this too. What is he doing? I don't know if y'all saw that. I think my big head was in the way. Okay. So it's been a couple of minutes, really starting to come down now. The casein in milk is only a very temporary relief, I'm finding. That's better than nothing, of course. I'm sorry I'm a little bit quieter, but this is warmer than my last couple, and it kind of caught me off guard. I was expecting not to need anything like ice cream, so I didn't even have it out. Actually, I don't even have any left. Glad I'm doing this on a full stomach. This could have burned. That's a good one. If this is what it's like to French kiss with the devil, the yellow devil, if you will, then goodness, I can only imagine how bad the red ones would be. Yeah, I'm actually going for a refill here. Of course, it's mostly ice, so it's probably about a cup of milk that I put in there. That's good. I keep taking a smell of it because I just love the way these smell. If you've ever smelled a habanero that's been cut in half, that's exactly what I'm smelling right here. Oh my goodness. It's like, it's better, it's fine, it's getting there, and then, oh wait, we're back. I may cut this one before the heat actually goes completely away. Just because I feel like this is one of those ones that's going to hang in there for a bit. I think I might have said just about everything there is as far as this one goes. Not a whole lot of different comparisons out there. I mean, every picture that I'm seeing online, it looks pretty much exactly like this. So, white hot peppers, once again, it has grown true. I have only had one plant that did not grow true thus far, and honestly, it's one of those ones that I wasn't 100% on it growing true anyway, because they gave a warning saying that it was open pollinated and there was a chance that it would be a mix. I'm not mad. Okay, I think it's getting a lot better now. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Oh, these come in white too, although that's kind of a yellowish white color. Not the cream color like I'm used to seeing, but hey, maybe they just didn't let them ripen enough. I think I might actually save the seeds from these. I'll let you out in a minute, buddy. He just came in from outside. He was out there for 4 hours while Dad and I went and played golf and had dinner. He comes over. I try to get him inside. I call him a few times. He doesn't come in. I finally go upstairs, take a shower, come back downstairs. He's sitting next to my front doorstep. And he's the first cat I've ever seen do this, but he was panting really fast with his mouth open. I've never seen a cat do that before him, and now he does it every summer. It's because he wears a black fur tuxedo outside. Who does that? It's summer. Put on the wife beater, man. You don't have to be fancy schmancy around here. Come on, boy. Let me coax him up here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, boy. Hey. Hey. Oh, boy, your eye's leaking. Anywho, I'll take care of that in a bit. See that eye? His eye does this from time to time. I gotta put some ointment in it. He'll be okay. Heat's gone. I'm good now. I was trying to hold off as long as I could just to know how long the hang time was on it. You can rewind back to when I first take the bite. I'd say it was at least 7 or 8 minutes. Keep relaxing, buddy. You'll be okay. That was good. I really like the flavor, and it's basically a hot yellow habanero. Not as stingy, more mellow, same great flavor, and will make an excellent addition to my powders and flakes. So, the Devil Tongue Yellow comes recommended from me. The next video will very likely be a ghost of some kind. I have the white ones coming in. They look like they're starting to turn. Take that back. The next video will likely be the white fatale. Then the ghost might be the one after that. I have a lot of stuff turning out there, including my chocolate bootlas, which, for the record, I am not eating again on video. Wow, that was awful. Okay, we're good to go. I can end it here. It will be, may not be for about a week or so, because I don't know if I'll do another one in the next 2 days, and then I work 4 days after that, so it might actually be a week from today before y'all see me on here again. We'll see how they turn out and how much motivation I have to do another one between now and then, because this was hot. This one was a hot one. Okay, heading out. Stay cool. Still nice hot summer, even though we got hit by a cold front. And enjoy the rest of your warm weather. If you're growing things yourself, I hope everything turns out great for you. See you in the next one.